What is unfolding in Rivers State today is not governance. It is not democracy. It's a full-scale occupation. In a country where democratic institutions are already fragile, the federal government's unconstitutional interference in Rivers State is not just a local crisis, it's a warning siren for all Nigerians. On the street of Port Harcourt, women, resolute and vocal, are protesting the unlawful suspension of Governor Siminalayi Fubara, his deputy, and members of the State House of Assembly. Their voices echo not just the frustration of Rivers State people, but a deeper fear shared across Nigeria that democracy is quietly being suffocated by those in power. These women are not just marching for Fubara, they are marching against an attempt to rewrite Nigeria's constitution through the back door. The appointment of a sole administrator, Vice Admiral Ibok Ete Ibas, retired by the federal government, an unelected figure now making political decisions on behalf of an entire state, is a gross violation of democratic norms and a direct insult to the electoral will of Rivers State people. How does a man who was never on the ballot suddenly become the de facto governor? How does an administrator, originally tasked with securing peace, suspend political appointees, install his own loyalists, and run a state like a military barracks? This is not just dangerous, it is treasonous to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Nigerians must not forget the basis of democracy. Power resides in the people, not in Abuja. The Rivers scenario should concern every Nigerian, because if a president can wake up one day and declare an emergency on one state for political convenience, what stops him from doing the same in your own state tomorrow? Even more alarming is the silence or complicity of key institutions. The National Assembly, which should be defending the Constitution, has chosen to be an accomplice in this undemocratic maneuver. The judiciary, once a beacon of hope, now raises suspicion of selective justice, especially when past decisions like the Uzodinma case in Imo State set dangerous precedent for rewarding political illegality. Remember, Hope Uzodinma, who finished fourth in the 2019 Imo State governorship election, became governor by judicial magic. That same governor now disregards the NJC, appoint a state chief judge without due process, and transfer cases like a mafia boss managing tough wars. This is the consequences of judicial compromise. What is happening in Rivers State today is the culmination of years of looking away while democracy was being quietly dismantled. The recent protest by Rivers State women lays out a clear and urgent demand. 1. An immediate reversal of the so-called state of emergency in Rivers State. 2. The reinstatement of Governor Fubara and all duly elected officials. 3. A call to the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to stop the political invasion marks as security response. 4th, an appeal to the international community and civil societies to take a stand before this virus of autocracy spread nationwide. It is baffling that while real security threats persist in places like Borno, Zamfara, Kaduna, and Benue State, where terrorists operate freely, murdering civilians and claiming entire local government, no such emergency has been declared. But Rivers State, a relatively peaceful state, becomes the federal government's top priority. This tells us clearly the Rivers State crisis is not about security, it's about political conquest. Every Nigerian should understand the implications. If we remain silent now, if we accept the logic of unelected rule, tomorrow we will wake up in a country where elections are meaningless and democracy is just a slogan. What is happening in Rivers State is a litmus test. Will the Supreme Court finally stand up and defend the law without hiding behind legal technicalities? Will the NBA continue to show courage like it did by cancelling its Port Harcourt conference? Or will we once again watch institutions fold under pressure? The time to speak up is now. Democracy is bleeding, and silence will only speed up the barrier.